afternoon, it's Martin, Radio Bloodstream. I hope you guys okay out there. And it's almost 6 o'clock, and as announced, we will have a band called Still Mage from Manchester, UK, Manchester, on our live show today on Radio Bloodstream. Just stay tuned, and I will try call them. In the meanwhile, I'll play little lockdown video for you guys from the band. So let me just go back, and here he is. Okay, guys, so that's Steel Mage from Manchester. UK Manchester. So let me try call the guys and see what they up to. Hopefully we can have a good connection. So stay with me. Give me a couple of seconds. So let's call them and see what happened. Oh, it's ringing. My ugly face now. All right. So here they are. Hello. Oh, now you can see you, Jack. Hello. How are you?
I'm good, man. How are you? You all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. Can you hear me okay? Do you have everything you need?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I like the
Yeah,
sheer.
I'm all sorted.
I like
Oh, yeah.
that angel. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I got it when I went to see him just before coronavirus. I saw him on the Bass Strikes Back tour. So when concerts were a thing, that's where I got this shirt from. It's probably my favourite shirt I've got in my wardrobe. So,
So
yeah, I love it. It's cool.
so when was it?
What, the gig? It was March the 7th. So it was literally a week before lockdown
Yeah.
in the UK. Just to think that if that gig was like 1 or 2 weeks later, it wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
and that would have been such a shame
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
that they're like three of my favourite thrash bands and three bands that heavily influenced Steel Mage's music. So it was awesome to see them, and yeah, it was a great time. So that was in March.
Oh, brilliant. So, for those who just join us on live stream, Radio Bloodstream on Facebook, I have Jack from Steel Mage, if I'm pronouncing
Mage.
Mage. So I'm correctly. So you're fairly new guys. So you're pretty new band, trying to new things. So, what? How did you? If you introduce the band first of all, what are you playing for the fans, and then the rest of the band. And I will have another question. Okay, so just introduce the band, please, for us, Jack.
Okay, so I'll just tell you a bit of a background about the band, and
Yes, please.
I'll tell you a bit about the members. So obviously, I'm Jack, and I play drums in Steel Mage, and then we've got Tommy, who is 17 and he plays lead guitar. Then we've got Louis, who is our frontman and plays rhythm guitar, and then we've got Tom, who plays bass. So the current lineup that we have with Steel Mage at the moment. We came together as the four we are now in January of 2020. There'd been a bit with Steel Mage beforehand, they'd not done any actual gigs. We're more just rehearsing and kind of just jamming and kind of gelling, and they had basic songs wrote. But I joined the band. I saw something on Instagram. Joined Steel Mage through social media. And I saw an advert up for it, like that they need a new drummer, and especially someone my age, it's so hard to find other musicians that like the same music as you and that play the same music as you. So I saw this, I jumped at it really. So anyway, I went straight in with it. I messaged them, and then I had a rehearsal in December, but Tom wasn't there because he was seeing Motionless in White, I believe, in Manchester. So it was just me, Louis, and Tommy. And basically what that rehearsal was just me, Tommy and Louis gelling, getting to know each other, and they're basically just adapting to the new drummer really. Anyway, so Christmas passed, and we had our first rehearsals, the four of us, in January. And January was the month that we played our first show. We played our first show January the 11th at a small little I wouldn't even really call it a venue. It was more like not a youth club, but like a community centre almost. The stage was like this high off the ground. It was a very stereotypical first gig, nothing overly special, but in the moment it was great. The adrenaline rush was there, there was lights, there was smoke machine, four young lads. What more could you want, So that was a good first gig, and we actually. I think we'd only had about 2 or 3 rehearsals before that gig. So, I mean, Louis were forgetting lyrics. I'd only really just learned we were playing God knows how fast, It was all a bit messy, I'll be honest, But we learned. And one thing we found going on with gigs, we've learned from the past one, mistakes, whether that's adjusting the set list or whether that's working on a specific part of a song. But yeah, and we always have that mindset where the next gig is going to be better than the last one. You know, we're going to top that gig. We're going to make this gig the best gig that we've done. Anyway, that's me rambling. But so yeah, that's the background of it. We still.
We just lost you. Hold on.
Yeah,
go ahead. Yeah.
Okay.
We got you back.
Can you still
now.
hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, we got you
Awesome.
back now. Yeah.
So yeah, formed in January, and we've just released our debut EP, The Uprising of Hatred. That was released worldwide on all platforms on April the 1st. We were in the studio recording that in February. So we'd only really been as that for like a month or two, but we had a very good idea of how the songs wanted to sound, of what we wanted to do. But we just wanted to get in the studio, make music, and release it out there. And in all honesty, we already had a basic fan base because of our guitarist Tommy. Now Tommy posts videos on his social media. I'm sure some people watching this may know Tommy, and he's gained quite a following from that. And he's at over 15,000 followers. So luckily we've been able to get a few of those people on, into Steel Mage, and it's just kind of grown from then. And today we actually ticked over the 100,000 stream mark of our EP, which was insane for us because it's been out for such a short amount of time, and we didn't even expect to get 1,000 streams or 100. But to get 100,000 is kind of nuts. But yeah, woke up this morning to see that, so that were a nice little surprise. But yeah, The Rise of Hatred debut EP.
So looks like here we have a very short period of time that the band literally started, and now all of a sudden the lockdown. So I was just watching one of these. We just actually streamed one of the lockdown streams you did, guys. How difficult it was to rehearse that, put this together? When you guys not together.
It was difficult. The aim that we had behind the lockdown sessions was to be able to provide something for the fans that we have to be able to enjoy during lockdown, just to see that we haven't gone anywhere. We're still working. We're still enjoying. We're still playing music. It wasn't as difficult as you would have expected, because the way that we did it was we all played to the backing track in our cans, in-ears, headphones, whatever, and so we're all in sync. And so each individual recorded a video. So Tommy recorded his guitar part, sent it through to me. Tom recorded the bass part, sent it through to me. Louis recorded vocals and guitar, sent it through to me. And obviously, I recorded my drums. I basically just edited them all together, put them all in sync in my editing software. So then I put the full versions are on YouTube, and the like 1 minute clips are on Instagram and Facebook. But it wasn't as difficult as you thought. We all know the songs fairly well because they are our own songs. And I'll be honest, I've been playing our songs every single day just to remind myself of that spirit we have and stuff. And I've been playing through the set list every day. So yeah, we did practice a lot with the songs before the lockdown sessions were recorded. But yeah, so they were all right. They were a bit of a challenge.
It's Jack. I'm a little bit impressed with the genre you actually choose, because not many bands, young lads, choosing that kind of style of. Do you have any background, or how did you come up? Where did you get this idea from?
So we've all had the same passion, which is to create a band and all play the music that we enjoy, because that's the ultimate aim for us. We're in together as four lads, mates, musicians, whatever, and playing music that we enjoy. And the fact that we're getting a bit out of that and people are enjoying it makes us happy. So, but what we wanted to do, because we're all into different types of metal. I mean, I'm into thrash, deathcore, death metal. I'm into all of those. Tommy's heavily into his thrash. Louis is heavily into his progressive metal. But also has a wide thing, and Tom's heavy on his deathcore, and kind of merging all those together kind of gives us the sound that Steel Mage have. So yeah, I think we're all in the same boat, in the sense that we all struggle to try and find people that like the same music. But when we all found each other, it was kind of like the butter to the bread, really. It kind of just clicked straight away, and then we all really really bounced off each other as musicians. So that's why probably the songwriting process was fairly easy for us, because we all had really good ideas that we just wanted to get down, and then it kind of just all went from there. But that's kind of the background of it. We all had the same drive, the same passion to be in a metal band, and we all got together and we all seemed to love it. So we just carried on and it's gone from there.
So who is a big influence in the band?
Okay, that's a good question. We all influence very differently as individuals, but probably as a band we get compared to Megadeth, Pantera, and Annihilator. And for me, I'm as my drum parts are heavily influenced by Vinnie Paul from Pantera or Nick Menza from Megadeth, it's quite good that we get compared to people like that, of people that kind of do influence us. And then we've got like some elements of Trivium in there, especially in the new music that we're writing. We've got a lot of Lamb of God and Trivium kind of vibes in there. But we all have different influences, but we kind of just merge those together. And a big influence of us, certainly for me and Tommy, I think, is Havoc. And Havoc have just put out an awesome new record called V, and that's a really, really cool album. And we look up to Havoc a lot because they kind of came around a time where certainly thrash metal was kind of dying off, because it was when new metal was kind of coming into play, and what else? So new metal and deathcore, the deathcore time was around that area, like the 2000 to 2005, which is when Havoc came about. So we kind of got inspired by those to kind of make the legacy of thrash live on, really. So yeah, so Havoc, Annihilator, Pantera, and Megadeth, I'd say they're some main ones.
Very nice band. Yeah, I like them. As you know, we spending. By the way, I just added the new song. What did you call blending edge?
Blading Edge. Yes, Blading Edge.
What that means? I never come across this world. What that means? Bleeding.
Basically,
sounds like a bleeding.
Yeah. Basically, the whole EP is basically based around like a warrior or something. Well, hence, one of the tracks is actually called Warrior, which is why, for example, in the song Blading Edge, we've got like references to like a steel katana or an iron dagger, that kind of stuff, which is what the EP is based on. And we came up with they came up with the name Blading Edge before I came in, but I think the concept was like the edge of a knife. And it's like a blade, and it's just like a blading edge. I think it's just a cool name that they came up with. Okay. That they thought, no one else has really come up with that. So I thought, you know what, that fits. It kind of fits into the theme of what the EP is around. Makes so blading edge, and yeah, cool. That's what the blading edge is.
So obviously that's another question will be who is involved to create the music and the lyrics in a band.
Oh, right. So we all input different ideas into it. We all obviously write his own parts. Like Tommy's really good with solos and shredding. So he'll write all that kind of stuff, and Louis will come up with a riff, and then they kind of combine those two together and kind of meet in the middle almost. And that's how we get the riff. And then usually, because Tom's always said, the wait for the guitar part, you can kind of write something over that, because it's rare that you'll kind of get a bass line and then a guitar goes over that, if that makes sense. And then last but not least, I'll just add a drum part that I think fits the specific part of the song correctly. And then in regards to lyrics, we all write bits of lyrics. Louis for the EP probably wrote about 60 or 70% of the lyrics. And the song Beatdown, I wrote the lyrics for, and I'm sure a few other people know this from previous live streams and stuff. But we actually wrote the lyrics for Beatdown the day our first gig. Because Beatdown was one of those songs that we'd kind of just brushed to a side. Like, oh, it'll be all right. It'll be all right, you know. Oh, yeah, let's just leave it. Work on it later. It's at the end of rehearsal. Oh, we'll work on it. We'll work on it next time. And it kind of got to the last rehearsal before the gig. And we're like, holy crap, we've not worked on Beatdown. You know, what we're going to put in here? So we kind of forced ourselves to work on Beatdown. And this was at a 12-hour rehearsal. Anyway, so we did that. And it was mainly... We'd got the riffs and all that, but it was mainly slotting them in the right place to make an appropriate structure. And then we're like, oh, the lyrics. So then I would just sat down chilling, and I was writing some lyric ideas down. It just so happened that they were all right. So we put them in Beatdown and kind of worked out. And yeah, so that's how the lyrics for Beatdown came about. But yeah, we all input different ideas in regards to the instrumental side of the song. But for lyrics, it's usually Louis, and then I'll contribute a few ideas. And then, like, for song names, Tom and Tommy are good at coming up with song names, because the Uprising of Hatred name Tommy came up with, and we instantly liked it. And it's kind of ironic that Beatdown was our least prepared song, but it's our most popular. You know, it's over 50,000 streams on Spotify. And it's kind of baffling that our least prepared song seems to be our most popular, but you know, people enjoy it, so good on them.
This is exactly. I overheard one of the interview with Metallica. This is exactly what they do. They never know. You never know. You know, you just put the riffs together. You're trying to get the best one you find, and then you work it out, and then you put the song together, and you never know how the fan will take it. So. You never know. Could be something, you will never in thousands of years you will think that it's going to be, popular, or will be, something, hit the charts. But that's the natural that's the beauty of the music, because, everybody have different opinion, different kind of things, and this is pretty much natural, Jack. So I was wondering, I should ask you that at the beginning, the name of the band. How did you come up with the name? Are you a fan of any cartoons or comics? I see on your wall behind you.
I've got those. I used to watch Batman a lot younger. Like, I used to wake up fairly early in the morning. When I was at my old house, and I used to watch a bit of Batman, and then. We've got Superman there, like the Superman film, but the name is not linked to any of the comics, unfortunately. The way that the name came up with is there's no specific rationale. It's just our old drummer Max. Our old drummer Max and Tommy were sat down, I think at the old place where they rehearsed, which, well, it's ironic because a metal band rehearsed at a church. But yeah, they were just sat down like, what can we think of that is not a stereotypical metal name, that's not really being used? And they just sat, and I think they just came up with Steel Mage, because like a mage is like a wizard, and then steel is obviously in the metal. They just kind of came up with that, and it just kind of clicked for both of them. And they're like, yo, that's a really, really cool name. And you've got to think, like, we wouldn't have wanted a very, very long name, because, you can't really... What bands do you like? Oh, it's a big mouthful. But I think Steel Mage fits quite well to the kind of music that we play in. And also, it's not too long. It's just kind of fresh. It's cool. So... Mm-hmm. No specific way that Steel Mage came around, but it's here, and it's getting used. So that's kind of how it came about.
So maybe you consider yourself Steel Mage. So obviously all the venues, everything is locked down now. Any idea when we can guys see you live at some point? Any idea what might be?
Yeah. So unfortunately, we don't have any idea when you will be able to physically see us live, but we do hope to, whenever venues open again, we will be getting back on stage around the UK. However, we announced last week that we are doing a live stream gig. So are you familiar with the venue Rebellion in Manchester?
Yes, absolutely, yes.
Yeah. So basically, Rebellion are opening its doors, and there's a promoter called John Badger. So Badger Fest Promotions and Foreshore Media have teamed up, and they're basically offering a chance for bands to perform live. Obviously, the bar and the venue is completely closed to the public, but there'll be 3 bands there. It's a social distance gig, you know. You can't really go anywhere near each other. You've got to have the 2 meters thing. So I think there's going to be tape where you can stand and stuff.
Yep.
But I think it's getting professionally live stream on multiple platforms. Sorry, bit of a tongue twister. For everyone to watch. And the other bands that are doing it is a band called Unbroken, and then this awesome band that I personally really look up to called Portrayal of Ruin. And Portrayal of Ruin, they're a melodic deathcore band. So there's a lot of variety on the bill that night, and that's on the 14th of June. So unfortunately, obviously, no one can be there in person. You know, I mean, feel free to start a wall of death in your living room by all means, but not at the venue. So we'll be doing a live stream gig 14th of June, and that'll be on Facebook along with Unbroken and Portrayal of Ruin. So we're really looking forward to that. And I guess it's because all musicians are in the same boat at the moment, in the sense that everyone's so used to rehearsing, being in the studio, hanging out, doing gigs, and for all that to just go, and there's nothing anymore. Yep. It's a big kick, really, because it's basic. And I mean, I'm lucky, really, because I'm only 14 and this isn't my living, You're surprised I'm 14, I'm guessing.
Yes.
I get that. I get that a lot. Yeah.
You look older than 14, though.
Yeah, I get that a lot. But but there's a lot of guys that will be relying on music and playing live to get a roof over their head. Whereas for me, it's just something I do for enjoyment. So I'm missing it. But then I've got to think there's people that are worse off than me, so it can't be that bad. But I'm really, really looking forward to it. Just to play on a stage again, play music with the guys again, and just have somewhat of a gig feeling back, because it's a really unique feeling being at a gig and playing a gig, So
yeah, absolutely,
it'd be good to get that back.
Absolutely. So, Jack, you basically stole my question. When you're gonna play, streams or something, or when. Okay, so that's the Rebellion on June 14. Do you know what time the whole gig the whole venue starts?
Yeah. So I'm not sure. I've not been told yet if Unbroken or Us are on first. Portrayal of Ruin are headlining. They're like probably one of the biggest bands on the underground scene in Manchester at the moment.
Yep.
But so obviously they'll be on last as headliners. But I think Unbroken are on first, just judging by where the poster is. Like they're there, we're there.
Yep.
But it's starting at 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. BST, and it's finishing at around, they're wrapping up the event at around 10 p.m. BST. So it's 7 p.m. while 10 p.m. English time.
So how many songs will you guys play? Because you have on a playlist at the 6 songs. That's what you're gonna do.
Yeah. So we at the moment, obviously, because we've got the EP out, only has 4 songs. Well, because it won't be an EP if it didn't have 4 songs. But we have the EP out with 4 songs. So we play all those songs live. And then we play 3 covers, and the reason why we play covers, it's not just to fill up the set, so we're not only on for like 15 minutes. It's because when we feel like when you're trying to make it, trying to make waves as a band, it's important not to just plunge in with all your original songs, because it's nothing anyone can really vibe to or really know, because you can't just go play your first gig and play a full set of originals. You've got to play stuff that's going to hook people in, and think like, oh, these guys played that, I might check out their music, kind of thing like that.
Yep.
So we're going to be playing, obviously, the Uprising of Hatred in its entirety, And then we're going to be playing Point of No Return by Havoc, who I mentioned earlier. We're going to be playing Domination by Pantera, who I mentioned earlier. And then we're just debating whether to have For Whom the Bells Tolls On by Metallica. We're kind of leaning towards not, purely just because it's such a stereotype song for up-and-coming metal bands to play. Like, you'll go and see it on Instagram, and you're like, the caption will be, "This is For Whom the Bells Tolls by Metallica. This is Enter Sandman by Metallica." And it's just like, well, we don't really want to be that kind of band that just plays the same stuff as everyone else is playing. So we're probably leaning towards taking that off and probably just doing 2 covers and 4 originals, really. But yeah, that's our set.
Yeah, sounds very interesting though. It's very difficult times at this moment. So, are you still going to school? Are you still in a high school, or what are you doing, Jack?
So I'm the youngest in the band. Obviously, the age is going 14, 15, 16, and 17. Kind of goes up like a staircase. And currently, I'm on a half-term break right now. I'm in year 10. Because the way that the British school system works, for anyone that's from around the world watching this, is that you have your primary school, which is reception to year 6, which is 5 years old to 11 years old, and you've got your secondary school, which is year 7 to year 11, which is 11 years old to 16 years old. And I'm currently in year 10, and so I'm still doing schoolwork at home. It's all getting set on an online platform, so I'm still doing all my work as usual. But to be honest with you, it's an unpopular opinion, but I'm preferring it a lot to normal school because I'm not a massive fan of school at all. Just every aspect of it, really. So I'm finding it way easier at home. I can get up a bit later. Well, I'll say a bit later. I've been getting up at blooming 3 p.m. So it's a bit of a drastic difference. But yeah, I can wear what I want and go and make a coffee when I want and stuff. You just feel a little bit more free, but you're still getting your schoolwork done. And break times, I can just walk a few meters across the landing, and there's my drum kit. I can just start, playing some Sepultura, whatever, that kind of stuff at break times, and I'll come straight back in. But that's how it is. I'm still doing my school, but as I say, I'm on half-term break at the moment. So for the whole of this week, I can talk to Steel Mage. I can do some drumming, write a few songs, whatever, go on walks. So bit free this week.
So where are you practicing? Because the drums are pretty loud. Are you practicing at home? How's your folks taking it?
Yeah, I'll take you to my drum kit. It's actually just
sure.
the room across from my bedroom here. See, I'm in it now. Here we are. Look.
So you're gonna play something for us or something? Or?
If you want, how do I turn the camera around here? I'm just trying to see how I turn the camera around to show. Oh, that's it. There we are. Look. Here's my drum set.
Oh wow, pretty nice. How kid like you can afford it? So everything you have to ask your parents. Or
I have a job. I have a job washing pots, so that's
really?
where I get a lot. Wow. And I've been. I'm on £4.35 an hour, but it's doing me well. So good. Christmas money, birthday money, pocket money, work money, all just saves up, and then I kind of get that. And I'm lucky to have some endorsements. Like I endorse these TNR products. They're like resonators, so I'll get those free of charge, which is quite cool.
Cool.
But yeah, that's my drum set, and I usually spend. It varies. It can be 1 to 2 to 3 to 5 hours on here a day. But yeah, that's it. I'm just gonna go and head back to my room now.
So looks like your parents really must be enjoying what you're doing, because obviously the drum's pretty loud. You don't have.
I won't go as far as enjoy. I'll just say probably putting up with it.
Okay.
Just barely putting up with it. We've got very understanding neighbours too, so I think I'm the only one in the band that doesn't have neighbour issues. I have never had a neighbour complain because of my drums in my entire life of playing drums, and it's very ironic because drums is the loudest out of them all. You know, you can easily turn a guitar amp down. You can easily unplug your guitar. You can get an acoustic guitar.
Yes.
Whereas drums, You know, I mean, you can get mesh heads and low volume cymbals, but they don't really. It's
Yeah,
not the same, you know.
it's
And
not.
that's constantly, and the amount that I play, I'm surprised I haven't got any complaints yet. But the way we've done it is because the back of the house is where the drums is, so any noise just goes straight onto the road outside. So it's not like it. Say if I had it in my bedroom here, all the noise is going out onto the street. Whereas
Mm-hmm.
luckily I have my drum set in you know, that it's in the spare bedroom, which I've
Okay.
kind of converted into a home studio. So
Right.
all the noise just leaks into the road.
Okay. Yeah, that's good to have. You don't have to go anywhere to the rehearsal room or anything. Just for the play the drums, because usually guys have some practice pad and just practicing, and if they have to do, they go together and stuff like that. Um, I know we are locked down now. Are you guys? I know it's hard to say now, but we don't know when they open up, when we can go. But you guys going for the venue on the 16th, so hopefully 14th it should be a little bit better. I'm not really following the news on the schools. So when you supposed to go back to school, you think, Jack?
So we've just had a bit more on the news today. I've just seen Boris, our PM, saying a bit more stuff. There's some primary schools, which I mentioned earlier about the school system. I believe reception class, year 1, year 2, and year 6 are going back on the 2nd or 1st of June, and I think they're trying to enforce some plans for the 12th of June. Sorry, 12th, which that's a Friday. That's a Friday. Yeah, that's 2 days before the live stream gig.
Yeah.
So yeah, I believe that they're trying to enforce some form of face-to-face tuition.
Yeah.
Just because, as Boris said, there's kids deprived of education, which ain't great, because we've got us exams to sit next year. So I'm kind of hoping they're going to make some adjustments to the examination, because they can't expect us to be able to sit a normal exam when we've had
Yes.
3 to 4 months of not having a teacher there. What does this mean? Because you can't do that. So you just kind of have to Google it up and hope there's some guy that knows what he's talking about, kind of thing.
I know what you mean.
But yeah, the middle of June is when I think we're going to be not going back as normal. I think there's still going to be social distancing, but small groups, just doing that, because we're kind of priority, as I said, because I've got my exams next year.
Okay.
So the prioritizing our year group nationally, because we've got us exams to sit next year, and then there are the big things, because if you don't get these GCSE exams, then you're scuppered, because unless you get certainly your maths and English, you're not going to be going very far. And I know it sucks, because I want to be a musician when I'm older, obviously. And you're like, oh, where do you need maths and English? Where do you need science? You're never going to need that. Well, yeah, I kind of just gave up complaining about that, because I know it's not going to change, is it? So I've just got to kind of take it on the chin, crack on with it, and hope for the best.
Well, you never know what happened in your life, so it's a good to have some education. Are you planning to go to the university at some point after that?
So after I finish school, hopefully get my GCSEs first try, I'm hoping to go to the college near me, Barnsley College, which my mum actually works on the marketing team there.
Oh, cool.
So I best be on my best behaviour while I'm there. I'm hoping to go and study on the level 3 music production course, because I've always had an interest in like recording software, like Pro Tools and the mixing stuff and that. And they don't focus on it that much at school, because there's not enough demand for it. There's only ever going to be 1 or 2 kids that's like, oh, that's cool. What do we know about this? And they're not going to invest. I mean, our school are already struggling financially, and studio equipment isn't cheap at all. So why would they invest if they're not? No one's going to really benefit from it. Whereas at college, there's a lot of people that, I won't say a lot, but there's a significant number of people that want to do it. And it's cool, because I'm really looking forward to going to college, because it's all the same. It's all the people in that class. They all have the same interest as you. They all have the same passion as you. So you can relate to them and talk to them, and it's gonna be easier. Whereas at school at the moment,
right,
it's a bit tougher because like in my music class, there's plenty of people that have taken it because it's an easy option. Like when we were choosing as options for his GCSEs, it's tech music, it's piss easy and all that. Same with photography, really, and drama. They just think it's an easy option. Where really, if you don't really know what you do in music, it's gonna be the hardest subject you can because you've got to make a full composition. So it's not easy at all. But yeah, I'm just looking forward to college. So that's what I want to do. Level 3 music production. Barnsley College, and then I'm not too sure after that. Maybe university, maybe. I'm not too sure yet, but I don't need to be thinking about that just yet. I'm not even sure. 100% sure on college. So.
When I was 14, I remember what I wanted to, but you have some idea, but you're not 100% sure. So, I'm not sure if that's too early to ask. Any plans? Maybe do a little video with one of the songs you just released, or you're gonna release?
Yeah. I'm actually planning to do some playthroughs on my YouTube channel or Instagram. Mm-hmm. So just me doing like a multi-angle video, maybe like a kick, drum, cam, and two cameras there. Edit that together just as a playthrough for each song of the EP, and then I think I'm also probably going to do some lessons on it too, like some YouTube lessons, and break each song down into the individual parts. So like for example, Blading Edge, which you just listened to, it starts off with that big rap-a-doo-ba-doo, I'll kind of write the sheet music out for that, stick it on the video and stuff. So I'm thinking that's my ideas and plans in regards to videos with the songs. Me personally, because we've already done each of the songs with lockdown sessions, and then I know Louis is making how to play videos. He's just put a video of how to play a Warrior up recently, actually. Mm-hmm. Tom's doing playthroughs, so we're all engagement and not forgetting. I can't say too much about this, obviously, but we are writing new music during this period because one, what else can you do? And two, we want to try and get an album out. End of next year, start of the year after, and year like 2022. But you just can't tell because there's going to be so many bands that are racing to studios. Like, oh, hey man, we want to record this EP with and then you just kind of get thrown in the mud and kind of get back, and then it's like it's going to take a while to be able to get in the studio because there's going to be so many bands that want to record. You know what I mean? So there's going to be people recording demos at home. We've been recording demos. I've got a few demos on my phone now actually of one of our songs that we're working on.
Cool.
But it's just not the same, is it? It's just not the same as being in a real studio. But we've got to be patient because, as I said, every musician's in the same boat with it. So we've just got to chill with it.
Cool.
Be prepared, and if anything, it gives us a chance to really make sure the album is going to be the best it can be. Really prepare it. Make sure all parts are perfect. Make sure vocals are perfect. Lyrics are, just making from the album art to the. There's just a lot of things behind an album that people don't really know. Like the EP took a fair bit of work, getting the album art and getting the songs prepared. In fact, we've actually got some T-shirts coming tomorrow for the EP. We've ordered some of those, and then we've got these patches that we've just got on our web store.
Cool.
So they're quite cool, and we've been sending them off the world, which is kind of cool because it was a week because when we got put in lockdown, which was at the end of March.
Yep.
Released Beatdown was out as a single at this point, so people already could listen to us, and then we released the EP on April the 1st along with patches. So we've been shipping patches out from Saudi Arabia to Puerto Rico to England. So awesome. It's quite a satisfying feeling to know that there's people from all corners of the globe that are enjoying our music, which is quite surprising for us because you got to think of it like we're surprised that people all over the world are going to care about four young lads making noise, but They do. So we'll keep providing that from them.
No, it's a definitely catchy song. So it's there. Obviously, you guys at the beginning of the journey, but I'm sure you have clear idea how this is gonna go. What do you think from now on? I know it's 5 years, let's say. Where you gonna be, and what do you think at this point might be your biggest achievement? Where you like to play, or who you want to play with as a, let's say, supporter, or a next band too, or the venue or festival? Where you like to be? Let's say in 5 years.
Yeah, cool. Goals. Well, yeah, we'll put it like goals in the next 5 years would be one to get a signing. We've got our eyes on a few labels that we think could be good, but we're just making sure that we've got everything that they want, because it's a two-way thing, isn't it? So we need to make sure that we have everything to 110% before we approach these guys, because you only get one chance.
Yep.
So we want to ideally get signed to a label, Century Media or Earache, for example, who Havoc, who I've kept mentioning. They are with Century Media as well. So ideally, we kind of want to be as big as Havoc, Warbringer, or Power Trip. But anyway, so get signed to a label, hopefully. And speaking of the underground scene, our pals in Riptide, there's an awesome thrash band from the Manchester scene called Riptide. They supported Annihilator, who are big influencers of ours. They supported Annihilator at Rebellion last October. So we kind of want to be supporting like people like Annihilator. And there's actually a backstory behind Annihilator. I'm sure quite a few metalheads are familiar with Annihilator. Well, Jeff Waters, the frontman, his stepson is actually our graphics manager. So,
Cool.
We could maybe put a bit of a good word into to him, like, give your stepdad a nudge, that kind of thing. But yeah, I've spoke to Pete from Havoc, who plays drums in Havoc, and obviously they've just dropped this new album. So when they're on tour and they come to the UK, hopefully they're going to put a good word in with their manager or the promoters to try and get us on for support, because there's some of our pals in Hammerhead from the States supported Havoc when they were there. So it's like, if they can, why can't we? But we want to kind of also be playing. Well, obviously everyone wants to go, I want a headline Download, man. I want to headline this. Don't we all want to do that? But realistically, we want to kind of be playing the Dogtooth stage or the Avalanche stage at a Download festival, or maybe playing like the Sophie Lancaster stage at Bloodstock. Mm-hmm. So like the lower to medium sized stages at festivals. And in regards to venues, what do we want to be playing? I know Tom is very adamant that one thing he wants to do in his life is play at the Ritz, at the O2 Ritz. I personally want to play at the Academy, Manchester Academy, whether that's Academy 3, Academy 2, or Academy 1, which actually this gig was. Death Angel played at Academy 1, supporting Testament along with Exodus. Yeah. So to play the Academy would be a great thing. I mean, obviously we want to be playing arenas and stadiums, but who doesn't? But you've got to think real sometimes.
Yes.
Like, that's a semi-realistic idea. So yeah, basically to get signed, to support fairly, medium in the scene artists. Yes. To play small stage at festivals, and then to play like, say, the Ritz or the Academy, and just to try and build this fan base and just grow as a band, But that's where I want to be. But we've all said the main thing, to just keep having fun, because again, that's what it's about. Yes. As long as we're having fun and enjoying it. Yes. I would say I don't really care. I don't care, but I'm not as fussed as how many streams we get or as how many fans we get. I just love playing in the band, and I love having that atmosphere of 4 metalheads sharing the same interest and passion. So just keeping that same element of fun, and our jobs are good one for me. Jobs are good.
Awesome. So, where actually your fans can find you on a media? What are you guys using for social media?
Well, we're youngsters. We're on everything. So you can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Twitter, which we actually just hopped onto the Twitter bandwagon last week. So I've never used Twitter before, so we set up the Twitter last week, and then Instagram, which is probably our main platform. That's where we do most of our networking and stuff. And then Bandcamp, we've just set up a Bandcamp. That's a popular platform that people, I don't know, a few years ago it was MySpace. That's how Havoc actually. I was speaking to Pete again, and before he joined the band, Dave, the frontman, was putting his stuff on MySpace, and his mum were taking him on tour and stuff, just doing that. But yeah, we're on Bandcamp as well. So I'm just finishing setting that up actually. So yeah, just search for Steel Mage, and then obviously we're on Spotify, YouTube, iTunes, Amazon, even Tesco Music, which I didn't even know was a thing, So find us on any of them platforms. Okay. Tesco Music, yeah.
So from where they can order all the merch? So that's the Bandcamp, or where is it? Because I don't think
that's on our Big Cartel store. So we set up a Big Cartel, which is just a store that you can have that you can distribute merchandise. Obviously, it's just these patches at the moment that are on. Just if anyone wants to kind of get an idea of the size. So many people asking, how big are these patches? Well, I'm sure there's a lot of people that play guitar, so that's the guitar pick and that's the patch.
Right.
So yeah,
cool.
Yeah, cool. So we've got patches, and then by the time this interview is done and the people kind of, if they're interested in looking at us, then we'll hopefully have T-shirts by the end of this week. So
okay.
I think I'm not very familiar with links, but I think it's https steelmage official bigcartel.com, something like that. Just type in Steel Mage Big Cartel.
Yeah,
I'm sure you'll find your way there.
Steelmage.bigcartel.com. I'm just looking on your Facebook page, so that's where your fans can find you, or maybe future fans. Okay. If you don't mind, Jake, just give us a last word, your fans or your future fans and fans Radio Bloodstream, if you don't mind, please.
Yeah. Thank you for all the support that you've all given us so far. It's a really awesome feeling that everyone's enjoying our music and everything that we're putting out. And a message to future fans, I hope that you're going to enjoy the stuff that we put out in the future. I hope you can enjoy our music the same that other people can, and welcome to the journey, really. But yeah, stay metal.
Thank you very much, Jack. So there was a Jack from Steel Mage, Manchester, and hopefully we'll see you somewhere live. Some live gig in a, let's say, near future. Who knows what happened with this COVID thing? Everybody healthy in the family?
Eye out on our Facebook.
Everybody healthy in your family? Everybody okay in your family? By the way?
Yeah. Everyone's COVID free. We're all social distancing. We're all we're all happy, healthy, going on walks, keeping safe and stuff. Good. Being sensible about it, which is the main thing. So,
I know. You just young lads, but still, could be something you never expect to happen. So. Stay safe, stay cool, and stay metal. Thank you very much for the interview.
Thanks for having me, man.
And I hope you see you soon somewhere in a pit.
Cool. Yeah.
All right.
I'll see you there, man.
See ya.
See
Cheers.
you later.
Thanks. Bye bye. Okay. Thank you very much for watching us and listening us on Radio Bloodstream. And there was a Jack from Steel Mage. I'm not quite sure if I'm pronouncing this correctly. Hopefully I do. And drummer, very, very talented lad. So I believe we will see them soon somewhere in live on some kind of live concerts, live gig, even in UK, maybe somewhere in Europe. Definitely follow these guys on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. They just opened new Twitter account, and you can order some merch from from the Big Cartel. It's called steelmatch.bigcartel.com, so you can order some of the patches, even t-shirts. All right, thank you very much for watching us, listening us on Radio Bloodstream. These guys already already spinning these guys on radiobloodstream.com, as you can see here on the bottom of the screen. And stay tuned, because tomorrow we will have another band at 3 o'clock UK time, and I'm not going to spoil it who it is. Check our Facebook page, Radio Bloodstream. Thank you very much. Stay healthy, stay safe, and peace out. I love you all. See ya. Bye.